Picture the haze and drifting smoke of the Alamo battlefield enveloping a figure whose name has long stood for American courage. Davy Crockett. For almost 200 years, the tale has been told the same way. Crockett fought with fierce determination until his final round, dying heroically in the closing chaos of the siege. Hollywood strengthened this image, turning him into the ultimate emblem of bravery and resistance, a man who refused to bend even when the odds were crushing. But what if the story you've always believed about Crockett's death is completely wrong? What if, instead of perishing in a blaze of heroic combat, Crockett actually surrendered? What if the celebrated frontiersman, seen as the embodiment of liberty and rugged independence, was taken alive, only to be brutally executed away from the fighting? This isn't some baseless rumor or forgotten piece of folklore. It's a narrative supported by chilling testimonies, official documents, and first-hand accounts that were ignored, buried, or downplayed for decades. Today, we're diving into the murky aftermath of the Alamo, stripping away layers of myth and patriotic storytelling to reveal a truth so shocking it may completely transform how you view one of America's most revered legends. From concealed Mexican records to eyewitness statements that only recently resurfaced, the evidence reveals a disturbing tale of betrayal, cruelty, and a death far more tragic than the glorious last stand we were taught. So buckle in, because by the end of this video, you'll question every version of Davy Crockett's final moments you've ever heard, and you'll see why the real story of his end is not just history, but a powerful reminder of the price of freedom and the complicated realities behind every hero. Stay with me. This is the hidden truth behind Davy Crockett's final hours. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to support our channel. Across film and historical writing, two very different narratives compete when it comes to Crockett's fate in the Alamo's closing moments. Through the decades, countless movies have shown their version of the Alamo's final scene, each offering a slightly different interpretation. Despite these creative differences, every depiction repeats the same idea. Crockett held his ground, refused surrender, and died fighting honorably against overwhelming Mexican forces on that historic day. There's no question he displayed tremendous courage and integrity in the battle's last stretch. Yet a competing account has surfaced, one backed by evidence strong enough to seriously challenge what happened on March 6, 1836. In 1955, a memoir published in Mexico boldly stated that Crockett did not die in active combat, but instead surrendered. At first, this was dismissed as disrespectful fiction, but when the memoir was translated into English in 1975, it resurrected debate and suspicion. As historians began comparing newly discovered sources, the long-accepted story started to shift. One of the earliest official statements after the battle came from Sam Houston on March 11, 1836. Although Houston didn't specifically name Crockett, he did report that several defenders surrendered. Not long after, newspapers repeated similar claims. The Morning Courier and New York Inquirer, in their July 9, 1836 issue, described Crockett stepping forward to confront Santa Anna, staring directly at him with steady resolve. Manuel Fernandez Castrillon, who captured one of the survivors, asked Santa Anna for instructions on handling the prisoners. The Mexican general's cold reply was, "Have I not already told you what to do with them?" Immediately, several junior officers drew their swords and slaughtered the unarmed prisoners. Other Mexican eyewitnesses corroborated this grim scene. Ramon Martinez Caro, Santa Anna's personal secretary, wrote in an 1837 pamphlet that 5 men were found by General Castrillon after the assault. He brought them before His Excellency, who had arrived. Castrillon was scolded harshly for not killing them immediately. Santa Anna then turned away as soldiers stepped from the ranks and killed the prisoners." End quote. Another perspective comes from José Enrique de la Peña's memoir, which states, "Around 7 men survived the general slaughter and, under Castrillon's protection, were brought before Santa Anna. Among these was the naturalist David Crockett, widely known in North America. Santa Anna reacted angrily to Castrillon's request for mercy and ordered Crockett's execution. The officers refused, but several others near the president moved in with swords and attacked the helpless men. Though tortured before death, they died without fear or disgrace." End quote. Dan Kilgore, author of How Did Davy Die?, concludes, "4 officers and a sergeant who fought in the assault and witnessed the final event identified Crockett as a captive. These accounts surfaced gradually, some only recently. While any one account could be doubted, taken together they form stronger evidence than almost any other detail from the battle." End quote. Altogether, the accumulated testimony strongly suggests that Crockett was taken prisoner after the fall of the Alamo and murdered under Santa Anna's direction. James A. Shackford, in his biography, David Crockett, summarized the matter. "Too much attention is given to the exact details of how David died. The specifics are not what truly matter. What is important is that he died as he had lived, defined by steady courage. His life was marked by fearless determination, and his final act reflected the same. He devoted himself entirely to his ideals of liberty. In the end, he gave his life resisting what he saw as unbearable tyranny." End quote. So what do you think? Was Davy Crockett the fearless fighter who fell in battle, as legend insists? Or was he a survivor of the assault who surrendered, only to face a brutal execution? The evidence is powerful, yet the full truth still lies somewhere between myth and history. What is undeniable is that Crockett's legacy is far bigger than the circumstances of his death. It is the courage, belief, and spirit he lived by. His story pushes us to look deeper at history and question the narratives we accept without thinking. Now I want to hear from you. What's your view on Crockett's true fate? Is there more to uncover? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments. Let's explore this mystery together. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into a story you thought you knew, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more surprising historical investigations. Because sometimes reality is far more gripping than legend.